Picture this, you're Caitlin Clark, the most hyped rookie in WNBA history. You have a losing record to start your pro career. The pressure's crushing. Then, out of nowhere, LeBron James drops some advice that changes everything. What did he say? And why is it so important for Caitlin's future? Alright, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's rocky start in the WNBA. This isn't just any rookie season, it's a baptism by fire. The Indiana Fever, Clark's new team, have a losing record during the first half of the season. Can you imagine the pressure? It's like stepping onto a court where the floor is lava, and everyone's watching to see if you'll burn. But here's the thing, this isn't just about wins and losses, it's about the intense scrutiny Clark is under. Every move, every shot, every decision is being dissected under a microscope. And you know what? It's eerily similar to what LeBron James faced when he entered the NBA 2 decades ago. Remember when LeBron first stepped onto the court as a rookie? The expectations were through the roof. People were calling him the chosen one before he even played his first professional game. Now, Clark is facing that same kind of pressure. She's not just expected to play well, she's expected to transform the entire league. But here's where it gets tough. LeBron mentioned something that's got everyone talking. He said rookies often face vitriol from their peers. Yeah, you heard that right, vitriol. It's not just about facing tough opponents on the court, it's about dealing with animosity from teammates and other players in the league. Think about it, you're the new kid on the block, everyone's hyping you up, and suddenly you're thrust into a world where some of your peers might not be too thrilled about all the attention you're getting. It's like walking into a party where half the people are giving you the side eye. LeBron knows this feeling all too well. He shared his own experiences of feeling that same animosity when he first entered the league. It's like a rite of passage in professional sports. Even his first NBA coach, Paul Silas, mentioned that some of LeBron's teammates weren't too thrilled with all the attention he was getting. It's a situation that Caitlin Clark can likely relate to as she navigates the complexities of being both a rookie and a rising star. You're not just battling for wins, you're fighting for respect, for your place in the league. Now, you might be thinking, how does Clark handle all this pressure? Well, let me tell you, she's not backing down. After their 4th straight loss, Clark stepped up to the mic and said something that shows she's got the heart of a champion. She said, you gotta keep your head up, but you also have to get a fire within you that is upset and not okay with losing 4 straight to open the year. Now, that's the kind of spirit that separates the good from the great. Clark isn't just accepting defeat, she's not making excuses, she's acknowledging the challenge and facing it head on. It's like she's looking at this losing streak and saying, is that all you've got? But let's be real for a second, this isn't just about Clark's individual performance, it's about the weight of expectations she's carrying. People aren't just expecting her to play well, they're expecting her to elevate the entire WNBA. That's a lot for anyone to handle, let alone a rookie fresh out of college. And you know what makes it even tougher? The constant comparisons to her college career. Clark was a sensation at Iowa, breaking records left and right. Now, she's having to prove herself all over again in a league that's faster, stronger, and more competitive than anything she's faced before. It's like going from being the big fish in a small pond to suddenly finding yourself in the ocean. Everything's bigger, faster, and there are a lot more sharks around. But Clark isn't shrinking from the challenge. She's diving in head first. Alright, so what's the king gotta say to the WNBA's newest superstar? Well, LeBron James isn't just dropping advice, he's dropping wisdom bombs that could completely change the game for Caitlin Clark. First up, LeBron tells Clark to put your blinders on. Now, you might be thinking, what's he talking about? Is this some kind of horse racing thing? But no, it's way more than that. LeBron's telling Clark to focus on what matters and block out all the noise. And let's be real, there's a lot of noise right now. Think about it. Clark's facing criticism from all sides. The media's scrutinizing her every move. Fans are expecting her to be a superstar right out of the gate. And some of her peers, well, they're not exactly rolling out the welcome mat. But LeBron's saying, forget all that. Focus on your game. It's like LeBron's giving Clark a pair of invisible headphones to block out all the chatter and just concentrate on her craft. Can you imagine how much easier it would be to sink those 3-pointers if you couldn't hear the crowd or the commentators? That's the kind of laser focus LeBron's talking about. But wait, there's more. LeBron's second piece of advice: Keep your mouth shut and learn from veteran players. Now, you might be thinking, whoa, that sounds harsh. But here's the thing, LeBron's not telling Clark to be a pushover, he's telling her to be smart. See, LeBron knows a thing or two about entering the league as a hyped up rookie. He's been there, done that. Got the t-shirt and a bunch of championship rings. So when he tells Clark to learn from the vets, he's speaking from experience. It's like he's saying, look, you're good, really good, but these players you're up against, they've been doing this for years. They've got tricks you haven't even dreamed of yet. So watch, listen, learn. It's not about keeping quiet because you're not good enough. It's about keeping quiet so you can soak up all that knowledge like a sponge. And here's where LeBron's advice gets really interesting. He's not just telling Clark what to do, he's showing her how to do it. LeBron talks about the importance of preparation and working on your craft. He says, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft. Now, you might be thinking, duh, of course you need to practice. But LeBron's talking about more than just shooting hoops in the gym. He's talking about a mindset. It's about approaching basketball like it's your job, which, you know, it is. But not just any job. It's about treating it like the most important job in the world. LeBron's basically giving Clark a roadmap to greatness. Put on the blinders to focus, keep quiet and learn from the vets, and then work like your career depends on it, because it does. It's like he's handed Clark the keys to the kingdom and said, here's how you become royalty in this league. But here's the kicker. LeBron's not just giving advice. He's invested. He says, I'm rooting for Caitlin. Can you believe that? The king of the NBA, the guy who's been dominating the game for 2 decades, is personally cheering for this WNBA rookie. That's not just support, that's a coronation. Now, you might be thinking, we're done talking about Caitlin Clark and LeBron's advice. But hold on, because this story is about to get even bigger. Remember when I said LeBron's words could change everything? Well, I wasn't kidding. LeBron didn't just drop some wisdom on Clark. He made a statement that's got the whole basketball world buzzing. Are you ready for this? He said, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things are gonna happen for the WNBA. Let that sink in for a second. We're not just talking about one player's career here. We're talking about the future of an entire league. And LeBron James, arguably the greatest player of his generation, is saying Caitlin Clark is the key to it all. Can you believe it? But here's where things get really exciting. LeBron's not just talking about some vague future improvements. He's pointing to concrete changes that are already happening. And get this, it all starts with a plane. Yeah, you heard me right, a plane. But not just any plane. We're talking about the Indiana Fever, flying on a chartered plane for the first time in the team's history. Now, you might be thinking, so what? NBA teams fly on chartered planes all the time. And you'd be right, but for WNBA teams, this is a big deal. See, most WNBA teams have to fly commercial. That means dealing with all the hassles regular travelers face. Delays, cramped seats, connections. Not exactly ideal when you're a professional athlete trying to stay in top form. But now, thanks to Caitlin Clark, that's changing. LeBron directly linked this milestone to Clark's influence. He's saying that Clark's presence in the league is already opening doors and creating opportunities that weren't there before. It's like she's not just playing the game, she's changing the rules of how the whole league operates. But it doesn't stop there. Clark's impact goes way beyond just how teams travel. Her presence is like a spotlight, drawing more eyes to the WNBA than ever before. Think about it. How many times have you heard people talking about WNBA games at the water cooler? Probably not that often, right? Well, that's changing. Clark's college career was so spectacular that she's brought a whole new audience to women's basketball. And now that she's in the WNBA, those fans are following her. It's like she's a basketball Pied Piper, leading a whole parade of new viewers to the league. And you know what more viewers mean, right? More attention, more interest, and ultimately more resources. We're talking about potential increases in everything from TV deals to sponsorships, all because one player is shaking things up. But here's the really exciting part. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark, it's about what she represents. She's showing that women's basketball can be just as exciting, just as skillful, and just as worthy of attention as men's basketball. And that's opening doors for every player in the league. Think about it. If Clark can bring in this much attention and create this much change, what could happen if more players get the same opportunity to showcase their skills? We could be looking at a whole new era for women's basketball. LeBron sees it. That's why he's not just giving advice to Clark, he's cheering her on. He knows that her success could mean success for the entire league. It's like he's watching the start of a basketball revolution, and he wants to make sure everyone else sees it too. So when we talk about Caitlin Clark, we're not just talking about a rookie having a tough start. We're talking about a player who could transform an entire sport. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it, and that's why LeBron's words are so important. He's not just giving advice to a young player, he's acknowledging the start of something big. As we look forward to the second half of the WNBA season and beyond, all eyes will be on Caitlin Clark. Will she continue to rise to the occasion? Will she earn the respect of her peers and silence her critics? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Caitlin Clark is a player to watch, and her journey is just getting started. Let us know what you think in the comments. Will Caitlin Clark reach the heights that LeBron James and others believe she can? Remember to like and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest in women's basketball and beyond. See you in the next video.